Let the rain fall down and flood LA. Let it wash away. Tofu tempeh.
To what?
Tofu tempeh.
Tofu tempeh?
I couldn't think of anything.
I knew you were going to start out on a song.
I'm kind of loving doing it.
You always start on a song.
Well, I want everyone to know I have such a good voice.
It's okay.
I think it's really good.
I think in the 90s, if you like went into a record producer and sang, and then they put like auto-tune on your voice, maybe they would give you a deal.
Why the 90s?
Because it's very like Gwen Stefani like your voice.
That is such a huge compliment.
But not as good.
That is the biggest compliment Noah has ever given me. Oh my God. The rest of the episode can't live up to that. So good night, Noah.
Wait. Can we talk? It's the Bedtime Podcast. You have to tell me if you're going to switch up the note.
I don't think I switched it up that much. Also, I love a surprise.
I know this is bad form to say at the start of a podcast, but God damn it, I am so fucking tired.
You are sleepy, and I'm not at all.
You're not tired?
Nope. We did a full switcheroo.
When does this happen?
It never happens, so we've got to lean in.
Your energy levels have been a lot better lately.
Huh.
Like, except for, there was
Yesterday?
2 weeks. Well, there was 2 weeks where you were going to bed at 8 p.m. when you got back from clown school.
I was jet lagged.
But I'd say in the last week, you've had really good energy.
What do you think's done it?
I don't know. I just love how silly you are.
You know what did it?
Your glucose diet?
Glucose goddess. Glucose goddess.
I like the glucose goddess. I don't want to call it a diet.
It's not a diet.
But the tips that she gives you in there's a book called Glucose Goddess.
Yeah, which is embarrassing as a title. But she's a French lady. I don't think they know what cringe is.
And Syd's been reading it, and she's kind of been telling me what's in it. I've been doing it too, and I don't know. You do a better job of explaining it. Like, what's the thesis of the book? Like, what's the point of the book?
The point of the book is it's a French biochemist, Jessie Inchepé or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she wore a glucose monitor as an experiment to just see what food she ate affected her glucose spikes, and it affects your energy and your mood and bloating and inflammation. And I hate talking about this kind of stuff because I think it's annoying, but I will say my energy has been insane. And I even told my other sleepiest friend about it, and she texted me today and she was like, this has changed my life.
Really?
Yeah.
I've noticed an impact as well.
Yeah.
Can you walk our sleepyheads through?
Yeah.
Because it's very easy to do.
It's just really easy. That's why while I think talking about diet culture and nutrition is very annoying and cringy, I do think this is not like that. It's basically just she calls them hacks to lessen your glucose spikes so that you have more energy throughout the day. And it's really easy. It's just have a savory breakfast. So like don't have fucking pancakes and syrup or like cereal or what else is a sweet breakfast?
Waffles.
Yeah, waffles.
Yeah, nothing that's like sugary.
Yeah, no sugar. But you can have fruit and yogurt, like fresh fruit.
Yeah, that's savory.
Yeah. And
that's usually what I have for breakfast.
Yeah, and you can have avocado toast, eggs and bacon, whatever you want. No smoothies. And so that's one of them. And then
Savory breakfast.
And then the other one is you have like a tablespoon of vinegar a day, just throughout the day at some point. And I guess vinegar makes your muscles do something. I don't know. You should read the book if you want more.
1 tablespoon of vinegar a day.
Yeah. So you can put that on your salad dressing. Or
apple cider vinegar.
Well, you can do any vinegar. Okay. We're doing apple cider because I think it tastes better. But you can do any vinegar. You can also eat a couple pickles as that. Like it's not specific. And she has little vinegar cocktail recipes in the book that are good.
I got to say this apple cider vinegar is, I dread it.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to do it. That's the other thing. There's 4 hacks. You don't have to do all of them.
It's disgusting.
Then don't do it. Eat a couple pickles.
Well, I will say it's one of those things, like a spoonful of apple cider vinegar, where it's like disgusting, but I also kind of like it.
Okay. Well,
there's aspect because vinegars, it's like, I love vinegar.
I do too.
So I like it, but it's too much of a good thing.
Well, you don't have to do all of it. That's why they're hacks.
Okay. Save your breakfast, apple cider vinegar.
Or any vinegar.
Okay.
And then eating vegetables at the start of your meal. And you don't have to do this for every meal, like lunch or dinner. Or if you want to do both, great. You also don't have to do it once again. But you basically eat like 30% of your meal is veggies, like a veggie starter is what she says, or a salad. So it coats your fucking stomach, I guess, and it makes the glucose spike less intense. It's also all on her Instagram, which is Glucose Goddess. And there's the science on there. So that's the other one. And then the last
Veggies first.
Veggies first.
Just like Mom always said.
Just like Mom always said. And then the last thing we've been doing, which I really like, is you just go on like a 10-minute walk after you eat. And you have to do it within 90 minutes of your meal. And it's just 10 minutes of like moving, but not like running. It's like stretch or go for a walk.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you, Syd. I work in an office.
Mm-hmm.
I eat lunch and I keep working.
Mm-hmm.
I can't go for a walk. Tell me, what can I do, Syd?
You can stand at your desk.
I could just stand?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just like not sitting down or lazing about. You can also do your dishes, fold your laundry. Or she has this thing where if you have to sit at your desk, you do like calf raises for 10 minutes.
It's good advice for men trying to please their partners.
Why? Oh, doing the dishes after dinner? Yeah, it's really good advice.
Ladies, tell your guy that if they want to lower their glucose levels, they need to be doing dishes after you make them dinner. But I guess they could be making dinner too. I'm sorry to gender you.
Yeah. It is really good. And those are the 4 main hacks. There's a couple more that you can do, like instead of eating like your sugary treat as a snack, eat it at the end of your meal because you have like all that protein and fat and veggies in your stomach to like pad that glucose spike. And then the other one is she just gives tips on like this, not that. So like we were big oat milk heads. And I was truly, as you know, always tired.
We were obsessed with oat milk.
We were obsessed with oat milk.
I had oat milk in my cereal.
Yeah, we had a lot of oat milk.
Oat milk in my protein shakes.
Yeah. So we switched to almond or unsweetened soy, or even we have goat milk sometimes. And that has made a huge difference because oat milk is just carbs and sugar. It's not good for you and makes you sleepy.
Yeah. And nobody wants a sleepy partner.
Yeah. And so it hasn't been about like weight loss or nutrition or anything. It has truly just been about not being so fucking sleepy all the time.
Where I notice it most is usually at work around from like 2 to 5 or 2 to 4. I get very tired and I haven't been so tired.
Yeah.
At that time.
Yeah. And when I was at clown school, I was eating truly only croissants and baguettes. And you can eat that shit. Like, she's French. She's like, I'm not going to give up bread and croissants, but you just eat them. She says, dress your carbs. So you put fat on them and that makes the glucose spike less intense. But I was just eating like pure bread at school and I would be so tired. And then I would have coffee with oat milk and then I would just crash. And that ain't happening no mo.
Yeah. So we're living a glucose goddess life.
We're living a glucose goddess life.
Anyways, I wanted to talk about something. Syd just celebrated 2 years sober.
Boop, boop.
Which is pretty cool.
It's pretty impressive.
And when people find out that you're sober, when I tell them.
Yeah. When you
out
me, betray my anonymity.
There seems to be the reaction I kind of feel is that like, well, what do you guys do for fun?
Oh yeah, big time.
Like that that's kind of the reaction I feel from people. And sometimes it's kind of that literally has been said.
That's hilarious.
And that's not, I don't really want to talk about this. I kind of want to I want to investigate that question because we do a lot for fun. I do want to investigate that because, yes, we do a lot for fun, but there still is a part of me that like misses that aspect of our life.
You miss partying with me.
I miss that.
Interesting. I miss partying with me too. I was crazy.
I just feel like I don't feel like I miss the, hey, we're going out with a group of people tonight.
And nobody knows if I'm going to pass out or throw up or do something crazy. Yeah, I miss the excitement of that, the thrill of not knowing.
Yeah, but that never really happened with us.
I barfed a couple times.
Yeah, but you were never like a bad partier.
Well, at the last wedding we went to, I like kept taking my dress down and like showing my tits. And then I woke up in like a panic that like, cause there were old people and children present.
But I guess I just miss that like getting loose.
Yeah, because I'm not loose anymore. I'll say that.
You are like in some ways very loose, but it's like if we go out now, if we go to a party, there's like a 1 hour and a half runtime for you to be there.
I'm not staying that long, probably. Unless it's a really good party. Like maybe your friends should throw better parties. All these people who drink think they're having so much fun and I'm at your party and I'm dead sober and I'm like, you could do better.
But that is the thing is like when I dissect it, when I think about my answer to that question or just think about someone asking me that and I think about our life together and what we do or just like the idea of going out, I am like, what exactly is happening there? Like, why is that so enticing?
It's probably just enticing because I can't do it anymore.
What about it do you miss? Do you miss it?
Not really. I was kind of a mess. I don't miss hangovers. I was always hungover. I would get really pissed or angry really easily. I would be kind of sloppy. I would say stuff that I would really regret almost every time. I don't miss that.
See, I don't really have those memories.
Yeah. Why would you? They're
of
my
you.
Memories. Yeah.
I mean, I don't remember you doing that with me.
Well, I wasn't always with you. Like, you're a stand-up. You do shows a lot. I was going out and drinking with my friends quite a bit.
I think it comes up most when I'm out partying with people and I see like couples together and it looks like they're having fun and I go like, oh, I miss like that. I miss when we used to do that. But it's like, I don't know what the hell's going on in that relationship.
Yeah, you have no idea.
Like those people could be like alcoholics or like mean to each other or like, you know what I mean? Like it just is like that thing in the moment where you're looking at it and you're like, oh, I wish I want that. Like I want you here right now the way I want you.
I want you the way I want you. But that's the thing about people. They are the way they are. They ain't the way you want them.
It's true. But that's like, I find myself missing that aspect of it or just like, or going out with like people and, you know, there's just like parts of my life that you can't be a part of, but it's those parts. Those are the only parts.
Yeah, I mean, I can go out with people,
but I do feel like we just said, like you'll never be able to whatever because you're not drinking. I do feel like there's this like boundary that you can't get across.
Yeah. And I do feel like that's a problem with the culture and not with me. Because I gotta say, a lot of y'all are, like I said, throwing lame parties. Like, why is the only way to have fun at your party to drink? Why isn't the food better? Why isn't the music better? Why aren't you playing a black and white movie on a projector that we all just like with no sound and we have to guess what it is? Like, why aren't there more games? Why isn't the conversation more interesting? Why don't you guys read more books, see more movies? That's what I'm doing while you're out drinking. I'm getting cultured.
I really agree with you.
Yeah.
I don't mean to bring this up to say like this is something you're doing wrong or this is something I want to change. I don't want it to change.
Yeah.
I like, would I love if you came out with me more often? Sure. Would I love to go, me, myself, just go out more often? Yeah.
Yeah, I think you just want to go out more.
No, I want you to come. But like, the root of it is like, if I go out once a month,
yeah,
then you come out with me once every other month. You know what I mean? So it's just like
well, yes, I'm very busy.
Well, yeah, we just both are. So it's just like, whatever. That's boring to talk about. But I do agree with you, though, that like it feels like the only way people can like let loose and have that kind of like rowdy good time is if they get fucked up.
Yeah. And I do think it's not all like the alcohol, the drinking culture's fault. I think it's also this hustle work culture that we've established in America, because I get it. Like when I am working all the time, all I want to do is fucking have a drink and take the edge off. Like I'm fucking exhausted. I don't want to think. I just want to like let loose a little bit. And that's why my drinking was so intense when I was working at the restaurant, because it was like I had to be on for like 8 hours at a time. Like a desk job, you can kind of chill, get away with shit, like not focus 100%. Waiting tables, you're in the zone for 8 hours. That whole shift, you're running around, you're listening for the bell, see if tables, see if the food's ready, you're seating people. I mean, I worked at a very specific restaurant where I was literally the barista, the server, the food runner, the hostess, the wine person. Yeah. But I had to do and the busboy. I had to do every job. So there was no break. And at the end of it, yeah, I fucking got wasted at the end of every night. Then I drove home. So I don't think it's like everybody's fault that there's not more fun shit to do. I think it's all wrapped up in this weird thing we've got going on in America specifically, because it's so fucking hard to live here and it's so expensive. And yeah, I think people's relationship with alcohol is more fucked up.
Do you feel like when you're out with me or just out in general and people are drinking, like there's just like, you don't feel like you're participating in their evening?
No, I do it. I totally do. I don't feel like bad that I'm not drinking. Like I feel totally fine.
You don't feel like it's obviously not holding you back because so much good stuff, but like, you know what I mean? Like not holding you back, but I don't know another word for that. Like, yeah. Do you feel like it's holding you back in some way?
No, because I also don't want to be having their experience. Like I had the nights where I was out till 4 or like went missing in fucking Belgium. Like I've done all that. I don't want to do that anymore. I want to wake up and feel good. I don't want to like do something I'm going to regret. I don't want to fuck random people. Like I really don't want an STD. Really, really don't want one. And that's why we have not pursued the threesome anymore. Because I was like, I do not want an STD. I desperately don't want one.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that's part of, and I didn't always feel that way. I remember being like 25 and being like, whatever, yeah, don't use a condom. Like, no, I like to be in my bed, cozy, feeling good. I'm eating healthier because I want to feel good. Like, it's so easy to feel like shit when you're in your 30s. I'm done with that. I want to feel as good as possible.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with all that. Like I stayed out till 1 o'clock in the morning last weekend, which is not late.
Not even late.
But I just felt like shit the next day. I had like 2 drinks. I was like a little bit fucked up and I felt like shit the next day and I hated it. But I had a good time. Mm-hmm. I did have a good time. And I guess I just miss us like partying till 3 o'clock in the morning and like being all silly and goofy and dancing and not knowing what's gonna happen or where the night's going. Like I do miss doing that with you. I have to be honest. I wouldn't trade it for what our life is now, but yeah, I do. It was a fun time.
The only two.
It's almost like a sign of like. It's almost like I miss like. It's like I'm getting older, and it makes me a little sad.
Yeah.
Like that was like a time of our youth.
Yeah.
That's over, and it makes me a little sad because for some people it's not over, and for some people it never ends, and that's a problem.
Yeah.
But it feels like for us that specific way of interacting with each other and having fun, quote fun, is over. What were you gonna say?
Well, I don't remember now.
The only thing that
interrupted me.
Well, technically, you interrupted me.
It sounded like you had said all you needed to say. What I do want to say about that though is I like getting older. Like I'm very happy to not be in my 20s anymore. And when like I've said this before, but when like all these young people make outreach calls to me from like AA, I'm always like, you're at the worst age. Like, don't beat yourself up. Like, fucking your 20s are so bad. You just don't know shit. You're like thrown into the deep end. Your brain's not cooked. Like, you're just an idiot. And you're supposed to pay your bills and like find a husband and get a career. Like, no, that's fucking stupid. Like, I love getting older. I love getting a good night's sleep. Like, those things are important to me now. And what I've also been noticing is, like, I used to be able to stay anywhere. Like, I could sleep on the fucking floor and I would be fine. But now we're traveling more. I'm like, I need to stay in a nicer place. Like, the days of the cheap hotel room, the cheap Airbnb, they're over for me. What do you think?
About what?
That.
Yeah, I can still tough it out, grind it out, and in a shithole. I could still do it.
Yeah.
But that's because I get off on saving money.
Yeah, I don't anymore. I'm like, spend it. You can't take it with you. Get me a nice hotel room. Even Airbnb, I don't trust it anymore, you know?
Yeah.
I'll stay in a friend's apartment, but that apartment better be nice, and I better be in a bed in my own room. Like, I'm sorry. And we've talked about this before where I'm leaning in that I like the finer things.
Yeah, I accept that.
Thank you.
And there are parts of that I like too. I definitely need my own bed.
Yeah.
That's huge for me.
Yeah.
I can't be sharing beds anymore.
Did you share a bed with that guy you went on that ski trip with a couple weeks ago?
No.
Oh, okay.
We had our own bed. We shared a room.
But you stayed in a crappy hotel.
We stayed in a crappy motel.
Could I have stayed in it?
Yes.
Oh, you think it would have been good enough for me?
It was as good as where we stayed over this past weekend in Mammoth.
Okay.
But like, even like, you know where I miss it most is like when we go on vacation. Like, we went to Mammoth and we had dinner, and then we went back to the hotel and we were very tired, so we went to sleep. But there's like a part of me that's like, oh, it would be fun to like go have a rowdy time with the townies of Mammoth and go out. And we can't do that anymore.
Yeah. See, for me, a lot of my partying was wrapped up in trying to fuck. So like, now that that's not something I need to worry about, I'm really not interested in going to a bar.
See, for me, partying is wrapped up in, I really like to dance. Mm-hmm. I really like to sing. Mm-hmm. And I really like a group of people just going around and around saying stupid, silly, fun shit.
Interesting.
Like, that to me is fun. Like, I crave that kind of communal experience. And look, alcohol doesn't have to have anything to do with that.
Yeah.
But it just often does.
Yeah.
And I love doing that with you. And I also love, this goes, I mean, we're really digging deep here. This goes past alcohol. I love sharing you with my community.
Noah's obsessed with, quote unquote, sharing me with his community. And to that I must say, I'm not yours to share. I'm my own woman. I'll share how I please. And I'm tired of being shared. He's always wanting to share me.
I love bringing you in. I just want our life to be enmeshed.
Yeah, it is enmeshed. We live together. We had a baby dog together. We watch all the same shows.
I want more.
We share a bank account. Like, I don't have money away from you.
It's not for stuff you do.
LOL.
Okay,
A
but
little bit.
it's,
Guess what? He doesn't have any money away from me.
it's true. I guess I have one account, but I don't use it. There's nothing in it.
Close it.
But I want more.
You can't have more. We're as meshed as it gets.
I want you to know and have had a conversation with every person I've ever known or had a conversation with.
Well, that's insane and never going to happen.
That is my expectation.
Well, prepare to be disappointed because that will never happen.
Like, I want that.
That's weird.
Why?
Because I don't want that. I don't want to do that. I don't want you to do that with everyone I've ever known.
I know it's healthy to like have our own friends, and we do. Like, what I'm saying right now is not indicative of what we
What's
have.
happening. Yeah.
It's not. And I get that it can't be, but I still crave that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm trying to think. Like, I was at the Comedy Store recently, and it was like a night out. It was that same night out.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I even invited you to go to the birthday party.
Yeah.
And we were hanging out in like the back bar of the Comedy Store, which is it's a very fun place to hang out.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, everyone's drinking. You know, it's not like, it's like a bar, but like a more private bar. And I just found myself saying, I wish Syd was here.
Yeah.
Would you ever go to something like that?
Yeah.
You would?
Yeah. I don't have a problem being around drinking. It's just I don't really want to be up that late, but I would do it if I could prepare the day before. Preferably I have a week to 2 weeks notice. I can get a massage, a facial.
That's fun.
And wake up at 10 a.m. every day to prepare for being up so late.
And how late?
Get a vitamin B12 shot, an IV drip of fluids the day before.
It's like you're going to drink.
Yeah, but I'm not. This is just to stay up past 10 p.m. Do Pilates a couple times, maybe a hike.
Are there certain kinds of people that need to be there too for you to feel like?
I would go.
Not that you would go. I think you would go if I just asked.
Mm-hmm. And I had 2 weeks notice, like I said, so I could do all those things.
But I mean, like, so that you would really enjoy yourself. Are there certain, like, does it have to be a good?
Well, yeah, of course it has to be a good crew, because I was going to say this before about you wanting to go out. I don't want to talk to people I don't know. Like that first week at clown school, Chloe and I didn't go to the bar. Well, we went one time because she was leaving. But we went towards the end of the week. Once I had gotten to know everybody and I knew who I liked. And then I had a great time talking to everyone. And then I went to the bar the next week to talk to people that I wanted to talk to. I don't want to go to like a towny bar in Mammoth and talk to strangers. Like, I'm not trying to get to know new people. So with your Comedy Store question, yes, I would like to have people I know there, or people you really like and have vetted that you think I will like.
Yeah. No, I get this.
Mm-hmm.
I connect with this because, well, is it also like you don't want to have to catch up with people, or that's fine?
I'm fine to catch up with people.
Yeah. See, I have this weird thing lately where I just like hate catching up with people.
Well, yeah, it's pretty boring.
Like, I hate having to, like, there's certain people that are just like in your life and are kind of in the loop of like everything that's going on.
Yeah.
They're like closely in your circle. And then there's that next layer of people who are good friends, but like you have to make an effort to like catch them up on everything. And that dialogue, that kind of conversation right now is very hard for me to do. It's like I dread it.
Yeah. No.
Like if I have a hang on the books and it's like a catch up,
it's the worst. I don't want to catch up either, but
then I go and I have a good time.
I never really liked going out. I liked getting drunk, but like the going out part, I was like doing it to fuck in my 20s or like meet guys. And then once I met you, I was like, yeah, why would I ever go to a bar again? Like in that capacity.
Because our relationship doesn't need to be that.
Ooh, I just figured it out. Okay. So like we said, people go to bars to unwind, drink. That was never really unwinding for me because talking to people is very exhausting for me. I'm an introvert. I have to be home. Like that is not how I blow off steam. Like my drinking, I would drink heavily when we'd go to weddings or when we would go out, kind of to numb how exhausting it was or all that. But going to a party to me is not blowing off steam. It's very exhausting. So now that I don't drink, I don't really have that safety net of the alcohol at parties to make it a little easier. So it's just fucking adrenaline. Like, it's so stressful. I'm so tired. And now, yeah, I just want to rest. So you were talking about something in your writer's room today.
Oh yeah, in our room, in the writer's room today, we were talking about how when partners, like when a man dating a woman has a female friend, it seems very important for that female friend to befriend the man's partner, that woman, the wife or girlfriend or whatever. We're talking about heterosexual relationships. But it seems less important that when a woman has a male friend, for that male friend to befriend the husband or boyfriend.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
I don't know.
Because I'll speak from personal experience.
Okay, go for it.
Which is all I can speak.
Yeah.
When you have a guy friend, I'm honestly like obviously there's certain guy friends of yours that I do want to know, I do want to be friends. But when there's ones that I'm not, and it's not a malicious thing where I like don't want to be friends with them. I'm just like, I'll take a rain check on this. Like, I don't need to be involved in this with this person. Also, like, I never feel like insecure or worried that you're like cheating on me.
That's not true. You were so jealous of my last guy friend.
Yeah, more as a bit though.
Was it?
Yeah.
You got upset about it one time in the middle of recording the podcast, actually. We had to delete it.
That's because you said you thought he was attractive.
But of course he is. You saw him.
Okay. Why do you keep talking about
I want to talk
things?
about this. I think it's interesting.
Okay.
He doesn't listen to the podcast. He doesn't give two shits. Don't cut that.
I'm not. I'm cutting my side of it.
I think you should leave your side of it. I think we should leave all of this. So you were jealous of him.
For a second. But like not really. It's more like insecure. It's not jealous.
So what were you insecure about with him specifically?
That like he's giving you something that I'm not.
Well, yeah, I guess. So we worked together. We would go climbing together.
But I wasn't worried that you were going to cheat. And I wasn't jealous of him.
Like as a man?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. You don't want to work at a...
But I was insecure that like, I don't want you having more fun with another guy than you have with me.
Yeah.
Like I want, as far as men go.
As far as males go.
As far as men go, I want to be the man that you have the most fun with.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Of course. I think that checks out.
But like, I don't need to. I think if I felt insecure about us and our relationship and how you felt about me, that would bother me, and I would want to be more involved with those relationships.
Yeah.
But I don't. The women in your life.
He's always trying to come hang out with us.
Because I like women.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm attracted to them.
No, I know.
It's that I find women usually to be more interesting than men.
Well, yeah. Duh.
I feel like I can go to a place with women that I usually can't go to with men.
Yeah.
Unless I've known that man for a long time.
Yeah, or he's kind of like sissy boy.
Yeah.
And I say that with love and not an ounce of misogyny in my voice.
But like if I have a girlfriend, I feel like it's important for you to know them.
You feel that, or you think I care? Because I don't care anymore.
Let me ask.
Yeah.
I'm asking you.
Oh, I don't care anymore.
But there was a time in our life.
There's a time in my life where I was curious and I wanted to know them. And now that I've gotten to know most of them, they are lovely people. And so that's good. But it's not like I think I need to know these women. What are they doing with my husband? No, I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous at all.
But there was a time in your life where you were like, why would any woman be friends with you if they weren't interested?
Yeah, I did think that for a bit. Just because, obviously you're interesting and funny. But that's why I was like, he's interesting, he's funny, he's cute. They obviously want to fuck him. But now less so.
I've lost my luster.
No, it's just like you're married. You're like old now. Like,
Yeah.
But I will say, like, if you have female friends, I'd rather fucking hang out with them than your male friends. Like, your male friends, I gotta say, I have zero interest in knowing. Your female friends, bring them around whenever you want. He's shaking his head. He's so upset I said that.
It's so mean.
It's not mean.
It's so mean.
It's not mean. The male friends you have who listen to this podcast know me well enough to know that I like them. The male friends you have who don't listen to this podcast don't know me, and they don't know that I don't like them. And they don't care that I don't like them because they are stupid.
I don't really think I'm friends with that many of those types of people anymore.
No, 5 to 20.
5 to 20 what?
People like that. Men like that. The less men I gotta know, the better, is how I feel about my life these days. The less men I gotta talk to, the better.
All right. I think it's bedtime.
You're putting a kibosh on it?
Yeah, I'm pretty tired.
Well, should we say what we're into this week? Because I've been dying to say mine. Oh, I already said it last week. The foamer. The goddamn foamer.
Oh, yeah.
Well, are you into anything?
Am I into anything this week? What am I into? What am I into? What am I into?
Okay. We're both into the Glucose Goddess.
I'm pretty into the Glucose Goddess. I just watched The Bear. I finally finished it. Gotta say, meh.
Hilarious.
So, I mean, like, I watched it religiously. Like, I plowed through it in like 3 days. So that is technically what I'm into, but I felt like The Bear was kind of just okay. I thought like Chris Storer, the creator and the filmmaker, like he's a genius, and like the way he's capturing that show is next level.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some performances in that show that are also next level, but I don't know. I think that's the problem when something's too hyped up. It's never going to quite live up to your expectations.
Yeah, I watched it and I was like, okay, I've worked in kitchen and restaurants before. Cool. I just was like, kind of want to relive this.
Yeah, that being said, Chris Storer, if you are a sleepyhead, I would love to be in your show. So if you have a part from me, I will accept.
Noah's out there watching new shows. I'm out there rewatching Wednesday. The Wednesday Addams show. So good. That's what I like.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
We love you, sleepyheads.
We love you guys. We're very tired.
Yeah.
Please rate us a review. Follow us on all the things. I don't know. Anything else, Syd?
No. Good night, guys.
Good night.